What's up, everybody? Welcome to Brotherz Outdoorz weekly news update. Today is September 23rd, 2021, and I am happy that you have decided to join me this evening. I know that we have been talking a lot about hunting in these first 2 weeks, but tonight's episode is dedicated to fishing. It's dedicated to fishing, and tonight we have none other than Mr. Warren Cotton. Just to let you know about Mr. Cotton, he's a professional fisherman and one of the best that I've ever met. I fished with him a couple times now, and every time I go fish with him, I have a phenomenal experience, and we always catch some monster slabs. So he has an extensive record of winning, you guys. He has won the Mississippi State Championship, and he's actually won the USA Pickwick Lake Super Event, first place event in the past. So without further ado, how you doing, Warren?
Man, how's it going, man? Glad you have me on, Chris. I appreciate it.
Man, it's good to have you, man. You see, I broke out my fishing shirt because I had you on here, man. I had to get my fishing shirt out.
I see you big time.
Man, so
that's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, man. I had to dress for the occasion, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, there you go.
Man, well, Warren, first and foremost, man, where are you from, man?
Memphis. I'm originally from Memphis. I guess the Westwood area, part of Memphis. For those that are familiar with that area, I grew up there. Went to Westwood High School, graduated from there in that area. But I grew up hunting and fishing. So
now I know
that's always been my passion.
That's what's up, man. So I know it's some great fishing areas in Westwood. Were you fishing like Robco and Lakeview back then? Or where were you fishing?
Yeah. You had Robco, you had Coral Lake.
Yeah.
But we used to go to Lakeview. We used to go rent boats. I had a little small engine that you could put on the boat. Mm-hmm. And my little gas tank and stuff, man. We used to go rent us a boat at Lakeview and go brim fishing and stuff like that. And then sometimes we would go to Tunica. Tunica Cutoff
Oh yeah.
was another a place that so, yeah, we that's pretty much what we did. For us hunting, we did we used to raise dogs and sell dogs, beagles.
Mm-hmm.
We was into rabbit hunting. That was big for us, so that's kind of where I started, man. For my outdoors career and life, and it's just something that I've always had a passion for ever since I was a kid.
So who started you off fishing? How did you get introduced into the wonderful world of fishing?
Um, my uncle, which is Elbert Hintz, and his friend and my friend Thomas Hill.
Okay.
So that's how I got into this crappie fishing. Now I've always fished and hunted with my dad growing up,
Mm-hmm.
but this crappie fishing thing you see that you seen me do is based around those two guys. They kind of got me started, and a lot of credit to those guys, man,
Mm-hmm.
because it got me back into in touch with fishing. So sometimes you kind of drift away from what you love, your passion,
Right.
and certain little things that happen, and go back into it. So that's what happened.
Warn it.
So just glad that I had mentors, like strong mentors around me to pull me back into the fishing world.
Okay. Well, that's good, man. So I mentioned you mentioned that you were hunting as well. So what kind of hunting were you doing back then? What were you hunting for?
We were small game. We used to duck hunt and rabbit hunt, mainly rabbit hunting. Was what we did. We bought and sold dogs and raised them and breed them and stuff like that. So just small game.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal. So at what age did you realize that, hey, I love fishing and this is what I want to do for a living?
Um, Man, it was later on in life.
Warren, I'm losing you here.
I'm okay. Okay, you got me.
Yeah, I got you now. I got you now.
Um, what happened with me is sometime in I'm gonna say mid 2000, like 2000 and I I I started fishing with Thomas Hill. He needed a partner, and I was a lot younger then, and I said, hey man, hey, give me a try. Let me see what I can do. And so uh, and I just started making it, man. And the rest is pretty much history.
Yeah. And just for my audience, I'm just excuse the audio, you guys, because Warren is just coming off the lake as always. So that's a man. He's down in the sticks right now. So we definitely understand with his signal coming out of there. But
Yeah.
but tell me this. So how was it like for you going from corporate America? First of all, what were you doing in corporate America, and how was it making the transition to what you're doing now?
Man, it was tough, man. I went from when I graduated out of high school, I got into healthcare, and I was just a blue collar guy, and I
Mm-hmm.
worked my way up to management into healthcare. Um, and at a certain point in my career, um, it was just I felt like I wanted to do my own thing, and so the opportunity came in 2014, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna take a leap out on faith, um, and I left my job, started my own business, and I hadn't looked back since. Um, that's when I started Cotton Manor Housing.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's just an offspring of the healthcare of providing healthcare, but it's in different form. Now I'm providing houses and homes for people throughout the city of Memphis that you know have been left to the wayside and forgotten about.
Mm-hmm.
And folks that's out there that may have mental illness going on in their life, or their family just done got to the point where they just don't want to have anything to do with them, and they still need somebody to help them get on their feet and
Right.
give them a place to live. So
Absolutely.
that's what Cotton Manor House is all about. Me and my wife and my family, they help me out a lot. Mainly my wife, and that's what we do. Um, we got homes throughout the city, and we work with government agencies, to provide homes as well as the city. So
That's awesome, man.
Memphis, and yeah, that's kind of what we do, man. And, it was a lot. I started from nothing, from the ground, just nothing but a dream, a hope,
Mm-hmm.
that I could get this thing going. I didn't know it would take off. I thought I'd be back working again,
Oh
to
man,
be honest about it.
man.
I I was just so undecided at the moment, and then all of a sudden doors started opening, and sometimes it's who city with Memphis, and just as well as I do, it's a who city. So
Right,
that's what happened, man. Just got in with the right people, and they just kind of helped me along.
man. That's awesome. So, what was your first major break on the crappie circuit? And for those of you who don't know, can you kind of explain how the crappie tournaments work?
All right, crappie tournaments basically it's different tournament trails throughout the country. You and basically these tournament trails travel from city to city, state to state, hosting crappie tournaments. These crappie tournaments are based around most of them are based around 7 fish weigh in,
Mm-hmm.
and basically all you're doing is weighing in your best 7 fish.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Usually, the payouts are based around the attendance.
Right.
Uh, so I've just been fortunate enough to be able to be a part of these, great organizations. I've learned a lot, but it's just an awesome thing, man, and it's just promoting the sport of crappie fishing. But that's all they're doing. That's all these organizations are doing. They're just going around promoting the sport.
Yeah. Man, well, that's cool. So, what was your first major break on the circuit?
I'm gonna say in probably in '05.
Mm-hmm.
The first break we got was a Mississippi State. No, that was in '06. I apologize. But the first break we got was we placed in the top, me and Thomas, in the Mississippi State Championship. Prior to the one that Jeremy I won when he teamed up with me.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas and I were still fishing together, and we came in the top 10, and so that was the first check I ever got crappie fishing. It was just it was crazy, but because you're competing against the best crappie fishermen in the country.
Right.
So
Right.
if you're able to be consistent enough to pull off a win or to get in the top 10 or top 20, man, you've done good.
That's good, man. And that's awesome. And I know how much of a grind that is and how competitive it is. Because to see y'all running out, headed out in the mornings, man, that's a sight to behold. That's really a sight to behold, man. So let me ask you this, man. So what are your top 3 lakes to fish in this area? And for those of you who don't know, our area where Warren is, we're right on the edge of Memphis. where he fishes. So Memphis, Tennessee, we're surrounded by 3 states actually. Well, of course, Tennessee, but also we have Arkansas and Mississippi. So with that being said, man, what are your 3 favorite lakes to fish?
I'm gonna say Sardis, Grenada, and probably Arcabella.
Okay. Okay. Good deal. Good deal. And all of those are right on this line down 55, guys. So if you don't know, um, the way it breaks down, you have Arcabella, then you have Sardis, then you have Enid, then you have Grenada, and then Ross Barnett, right? It's Barnett and Jackson.
Yeah,
And
You're
it's
right. You're
Ross
right, Reese.
Barnett. Yep. So good deal, man. And those are awesome, awesome lakes. And I don't know if you can see this, Warren. Let me move you out the way. But this picture in the background, that's me on my boat at the Sardis Lower Lake, where you took me last time.
Oh
So
yeah.
I took my wife out there, man. And that picture, Tim Garfield snapped this picture. Tim and his brother snapped this picture of us, man, on the Lower Lake over there at Sardis. So that was cool, man. And
Yeah,
you,
that is super cool, man.
yeah, man. And the thing about it is, when I go down there, I still use the little tips and tricks that you taught me down there. So it works out, man.
Wow.
It still works out,
Wow.
man. So
Man, I'm glad. I'm glad you brought that up. That is so important to me. Just as an individual to be able to pass just little tips on, man. But I didn't want to cut you off, but
yeah,
I'm passionate about that, man. I think we all, whether it's fishing or hunting or whatever outdoors that you're into, pass that along, man. Pass
absolutely,
tips and techniques and things along to the next person, man, to get them out in the outdoors.
absolutely. So I think I know the answer to this next question. But is crappie your favorite fish to eat?
Oh man, absolutely, man, without a doubt,
Man,
without a doubt. You
man,
know, all over the country that come to down to fish with you, and they want you to take them crappie fishing. Man, come on now. You know, crappie is one of the top on the food chain when it comes to fish.
so tell me, what's your favorite meal to make with crappie, man? Do you fry it? How do you do it, man? What's your favorite meal to cook with crappie?
Um, I like them fried. Um, I like to usually I put 3 scores on each side of the fish. I use my little secret batter and I fry it up just like the next guy.
Man, that's good, man. I try to keep them whole, but sometimes, man, you get some monsters. You got to fillet them bad boys. Some of the big ones.
Yeah, yeah, you got to. Now, when we do the fillets, we'll break it down and do some crappie tacos, or then we may do some crappie cheeseburgers.
Hey, man, we gonna have to. I'm gonna have to come to your house, man, and try that out. Crappie tacos, man. I ain't never heard that one. That's pretty cool,
Yeah,
man.
them crappie cheeseburgers, man. When you put that cheese and lettuce and all your fixings on that crappie, melt that cheese down on that fillet. Oh man, toast them buns up. You got you a crappie cheeseburger, baby.
Oh man, that sounds actually really good. That sounds really good. I'm definitely going to take you up on that one. So let me ask you, man. So after you got your 2005, and you start winning big, man. You just didn't start winning. You won the Crappie Masters qualifier, the Crappie Masters Mississippi State Championship. You won the Crappie Masters qualifier Pickwick Lake, Cabela's Crappie USA Pickwick Lake. When did you get your first big break with sponsors, and when did they start knocking at your door?
Roughly 2012 is when I got my first break through it's a team out there, Roper and Roper, Jared and Tommy Roper. They helped me with my first sponsorship with Big Bite.
Okay.
I just they kind of put in a word for me because once again it's all in who you know and stuff like that and what you've done for the crappie industry And at that particular time, I had been kind of doing, I doing pretty good at the moment. I was having some good turnouts,
That's good.
and so after Big Bike came, then my pole company came, which was B&M.
Okay. Okay, so that was your start. So who all are you sponsored by now? Because I've seen your list. Who all are you sponsored by now?
Right now, the top ones are B&M poles, um, Big Bite Bakes, TTI Blakemore, which is Road Runner, Ego Nets, Power Poles. Um, I think that's about Drift Master Rod Holders,
Yeah, that's awesome.
and yeah, maybe somebody. If I forgot you, I apologize.
It's all good. So if there's someone out there who's listening to you and I talk right now and they've never been fishing and they're like, okay, listen to these crazy guys talk. I think I want to try fishing. What would you recommend somebody a newbie to do with starting fishing? Of course, they bank fishing. They are not on the boat. How would you recommend somebody like that get into fishing?
Um, if you're on if you're on the bank and you're fishing and you want to get into boat fishing,
Or just in it, like they want
to get into.
yeah. Like
Go ahead, Chris.
like they just want to get into fishing. They don't know where to start or what to buy. Or what would you recommend they do?
Contact angler like myself, and I can be reached at www.warrencottonoutdoors.com. My information is on there. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I mean, they're not just me, but there are a lot of anglers out there. But since we're on tonight, hey, just give me a call or reach out to me, and I'll give you some tips, and I may even send you some things in the mail to help you out on the bank.
Yeah, and absolutely. And let me tell y'all, the largest crappie I've ever caught was with Warren Cotton, man. Like crappie, you don't even think crappie would be this big, but people don't realize the world record for crappie is held in the state of Mississippi around these lakes where he fishes. So it's some monsters out there, y'all.
Yeah.
There are definitely some monsters.
Yeah, you got Enid. Enid is a world record white crappie, and if I'm not mistaken, Arcabulla is the world record black crappie. So those are two species of crappies that are in our lakes down here in Mississippi.
Good deal, man. So,
But yeah, man, I'll be glad to help anybody that's out there that's just getting into crappie fishing. Reach out to me. I can give you information on what type of poles, what type of lines, what type of lures that you need. If you're on the bank fishing for crappie.
that's awesome, man. So you mentioned they can reach out to you. How much do you love being a crappie guide and taking people out? I know people travel far and wide to Sardis just to fish with you. I mean, how fulfilling is that?
Oh man, I thought, I'm gonna be honest, man. Today when the sun came up and I sent it out on Facebook this morning, I felt so blessed. Like, this is not a job, this is a blessing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, this is truly a blessing. Like, this is what I do for a living. And, it's like a person being gifted to play basketball or being gifted to play football or whatever, sport they love. Here I am fishing for a living. Man, that's not a job, that's a blessing.
It's an absolute blessing, man. It's an absolute blessing. And Lord willing, take me there. That's what I want, man. But man, I'm very happy for you, man, because every time I see you, man, you got that smile on your face on the boat loading up. You're always happy, man, and you could tell that you're really enjoying life. And that's what it's all about, enjoying life and making a living off of it at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's awesome, man.
Man, that's why people like fishing with me. Your personality is everything in crappie fishing. If you don't have a good personality, if you're not a happy person, you're probably not going to make it as a guy.
Right. That's true. Nobody wants a guy who's a rude guy. I'll just say it like that. Nobody wants a rude guy. So man,
That's right. That's right.
so let me ask you, man. What was it like winning? I mean, you had a strong winning streak, man. How did you feel like Jordan and Tom Brady, man? How was it? How was it when you were going through that? Because it was what 2005 to like 2013. You were just hitting them back to back to back to back. What was that feeling like for you?
Uh, Man, honestly, y'all see some of those tournaments that I did good, but it's a lot of tournaments that I didn't do well. So the feeling was incredible. Um, you know, I just almost couldn't, just couldn't believe it. But it just go back to sometimes, man, if you're at the right place at the right time, and if you put in the hard work and effort, and hard work pays off, and also you need some blessings. You need some of those blessings.
Yeah.
And so, if you put in the work and the time on the water, I spent a lot of time on the water, man.
Yeah.
And occasionally, more often than not, I'm successful. But that's because I put a lot into my craft.
Yes. Yes, absolutely, man. Well, this next question is a personal question for me. So I've shown you my boat up here, man. All right, so that's a Bass Tracker 195. I got a 150 Mercury on the back of it. Growing up with my dad, man, I've always been a bass fisherman. Me and my dad, we've been on those bass, Pickwick. We talking largemouth, smallmouth. I even like catching stripers, man. But it's something about crappie fishing that's making me want to take this boat and rig it out for crappie. Now, is there a way I could do that where it's portable? Because, the T-rod holders and everything, I'll have to put on the front. And then I'm going to have to probably redo my trolling motor, get the guide on my trolling motor. But is there a way that I can have a portable crappie boat that I can also take down and make it for bass as well?
Yeah, there are several products out there on the market that would allow you to be able to convert that boat from being able to go out and catch largemouth or whatever bass, and you can set it up when you want to go crappie fishing. A lot of that stuff now, they make it so easy for you to take it in and out of your boat.
Yeah.
So we've evolved when it comes to products that make it easy for you to convert your boat over. And some of the products is like the double seat sidekick, the spider lock removable rod holder system. A lot of that, most of the stuff, all the stuff that I named can get your boat up to par where you can crappie fish or bass fish.
Oh, nice. Nice. So that's what I want to hear, man. Well, Warren, it's been an absolute pleasure, man. I love talking to you, man. I'm going to have to get down there. We're going to have to do an episode together. But before you leave, can you tell us about how the people can reach you? I know you have Warren Outdoorz for your fishing, but how can they reach you for your housing business as well?
You can reach me for Cotton Mountain Housing if you find yourself kind of down on your luck and you're looking for a place to lay your head and somewhere to live. You can reach me at 901-550-6264 if you're in the Memphis or the tri-state area, Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi.
That's awesome, man. Well, Warren, man, I definitely appreciate you, man. And I'm going to take you up on that November thing. And we're going to get it rolling.
Hey, I appreciate it. And I want to apologize to all your listeners out there on where I'm at right now. I just got off the water not too long ago. So you probably can barely see me. But hopefully you and Chris and I can do this again where we're on a different situation.
Absolutely, man. Well, Warren, it's been an absolute pleasure, man. And good luck this fall season, man. I can't wait to join you, and I can't wait to pull out some monster slabs this fall, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, Chris. I really appreciate that.
No problem, y'all. And definitely don't forget to reach him at warrencottonoutdoors.com. warrencottonoutdoors.com.
If you're looking to catch a big slab crappie, look me up, man.
Look him up. I'm telling you, I've never gone astray with this man. I'm telling you, he some things are guaranteed bets in life, and some things are not. But fishing with Warren is about as guaranteed of a bet as you're gonna get. So I highly recommend it.
Yeah. Let's get out and have some fun, y'all.
Good deal, Warren, man. We appreciate you joining us, man.
Hey, thanks for having me again, Chris. I appreciate it.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later.
Okay, talk to you later, man.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Man, Warren is the man, y'all. Warren is the man. He's a cool guy, man. And you so cool. I want y'all to hear about that. Like him leaving corporate America to pursue his dreams, and now crappie fishing, other businesses, housing, him and his wife, man. It's just a beautiful thing, man. And I love to talk to people like that, man. And I love fishing with people like that because, like he said, it's something about fishing with somebody with a positive attitude. Because when you on the water, that's not the time to be ticked off. That's not the time to have an attitude. That's the time to relax and be like, you know what? I made it through this work week. I'm on this water. Thank God. And that's how I feel about it because I strive to make it. I try to make it every time, every chance I get, make it to the water just so I can enjoy that peace and that being close with God and that just all the blessings of being in the great outdoors. So that is awesome. So with that being said, guys, we have come up to the part of the show where it's time for our news. All right. Before we jump into this little crazy method, I know y'all can't see. First, let me tell you about this weekend, this Saturday, November. I'm thinking about crappie fishing with Warren. September 25th, 2021 is National Hunting and Fishing Day, which is awesome for the state of Tennessee because that's also the first day of bow season for us. So if you're going to be outside and participate in National Hunting and Fishing Day, please do so. The TWRA, which is the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Administration, they'll be able to kind of help you in Tennessee. But what I wanted to show you here, I know we talked about Tennessee hunting. I had a few people mention that I didn't talk about Mississippi. Well, Mississippi, where we are, I guess where we kind of try to hunt is the Delta Zone. And that archery season is going to start October 1st. And it's going to end November 10th. And you know, Mississippi, you guys are kind of weird down there with the way your season breaks down because you hunt with dogs and everything. But if you need more information about Mississippi hunting seasons and legal size limits, feel free to visit mdwfp.com. mdwfp.com. Visit that. All right. So to the foolishness, guys. I think one thing you're going to learn on my show is I hate foolishness in the woods. I don't like poaching. I don't like people who don't abide by the law. As we said, these laws and bag limits are in place for a reason. And as you see, this story says Missouri squirrel hunters busted for a massive harvest. These hunters killed nearly 500 squirrels and burnt their bodies. Nope, they don't know what they were going to do with the squirrels. They don't know why they did it, but this is what they did. 500 squirrels. And you have to ask yourself, why would somebody do that? Why would somebody do that? There's no way you're going to eat 500 squirrels. Why would you do that and burn them? So in this instance, I'm glad the Missouri Wildlife got a hold of these guys and you know, charged them accordingly. We talked about Spain last week with the wildfires. Check out what's going on in Spain now. And this is on the Canary Islands.
Tonight, a new volcano vent has blown open on La Palma. Molten lava racing towards villagers, a drone overhead catching the moment a stream of lava crashes into a swimming pool. Everything above the house black and destroyed, and down the hill, it's still green.
We were running and into the house, just packing the documents.
The most important things.
The lava moving so fast at more than 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit, the president of La Palma saying a wall of lava 20 feet high is burning everything in its path.
It is like a science fiction film.
The first eruption on Sunday following thousands of small earthquakes, a swarm, giving authorities warning. And today, a new opening just 3,000 feet from the first one. More than 6,000 people have been evacuated, 150 homes have been lost. Most of the destruction engulfing forests on a sparsely populated side of the island. The lava is now headed towards the ocean, ripping through swaths of hillsides and crops. But scientists say when it hits the water, it could cause dangerous explosions and clouds of acidic steam. It's the first eruption on La Palma in 50 years, but so far, evacuations are saving lives. Temporary shelters now set up. Officials say there have been no injuries or fatalities on the island.
So, yeah, guys.
Thanks for watching our...
I had to show you that because there's a lot of natural disasters going on. I mean, we've seen earthquakes, we've seen hurricanes, we've seen tornadoes, and now we have volcanoes erupting. 2020 was not easy, and 2021 is not easy either. So it's just important that we keep these people in their prayers. People are losing everything almost every day, y'all. And, you know, we got to, you know, be mindful of them and prayerful of them. And, of course, the wildlife that's been affected in these areas. So, you know, of course, there's just something to think about there. Going forward. So it's been a big thing in Wisconsin. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but the state of Wisconsin for a while have been trying to protect their wolf population. Well, they protected the wolf population, and of course the wolf population grew. Now, as of about 2 or 3 years now, they've been having these wolf hunts, and sadly enough, they're on the brink of killing out these animals again. And you have Native American tribes that are trying to do everything they can to stop this. Now, I've told you guys, you know, I pretty much hunt what I eat, but I do believe in killing nuisance animals. For instance, if you have coyotes on your property that are killing your fawns, if you have, you know, bobcats or something that's attacking your cats or dogs, I believe that in those instances, you should protect your land and do what you got to do. But for this, you know, they're on the brink in just a couple of years of pretty much putting these wolves back to almost extinction. And that's just something to think about, guys. Being an outdoorsman, you don't have to kill everything, guys. You don't have to hunt everything. Every wolf does not need to die. I mean, wolves serve a great purpose. You need wolves in the ecosystem. Just like you need vultures in the ecosystem. You need certain animals in the ecosystem. So just another thing to think about. Now, I wanted to show you this girl. So this young lady, guys, her name is Hannah Triscout and her dad, Paul Triscout. They caught a 96-pound, 4-ounce catfish for a record